Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. If there was ever a moment that shattered the illusion of invincibility surrounding the occupation's military, this is it. We are witnessing a seismic event in real time, one that the Zionist establishment and its Western backers are scrambling desperately to spin, hide, and deny. The Lebanese resistance has just done the unthinkable yet again. In a precise, devastating strike that echoes the legendary blow of 2006, the resistance has successfully targeted and directly hit a warship off the coast of Lebanon.
Well, Hezbollah has said its forces targeted an Israeli warship with a cruise missile off the Lebanese coast.
Hezbollah appeared to open a new front. Iran's most powerful proxy now seems to be going more aggressive at sea, with Hezbollah saying it targeted an Israeli vessel 68 nautical miles off Lebanon's coast.
First time in this war, Hezbollah fires a naval cruise missile and targets an Israeli warship deep at sea.
But here's where the story takes a truly bizarre, almost comical turn. Instead of admitting the catastrophic failure of their naval defenses, Benjamin Netanyahu's war cabinet is now engaged in a pathetic blame-shifting game, trying to tag the damaged ship as a British vessel. Yes, you heard that right. When the Resistance's cruise missile found its mark, the occupation's leadership didn't sound alarms. They started calling London, trying to pin their own bloody nose on their allies. This is not just a military strike. This is a psychological collapse unfolding in high definition. According to a statement released by the Islamic Resistance in Lebanon, the operation was carried out at precisely 12:05 a.m. on Sunday, April 5th, 2026. The target was an Israeli military vessel located a staggering 68 nautical miles, roughly 126 kilometers off the Lebanese coast. Let that sink in. This wasn't a hit and run near the shore. This was a deep water engagement, far out in the eastern Mediterranean, where the occupation believed its fleet was untouchable. The resistance fighters had been monitoring the warship for several hours, tracking its movements as it prepared to launch yet another act of aggression against Lebanese territory and infrastructure. When the moment was right, they unleashed a naval cruise missile. The result? A confirmed direct hit. The same resistance that has been bleeding the IDF dry in the valleys of southern Lebanon has now proven it can reach out and burn the occupation's assets on the open sea. And the reaction from Tel Aviv has been nothing short of hysterical. Private Israeli channels like Channel 14 immediately tried to throw a smokescreen, claiming that the resistance had mistakenly struck a British Royal Navy ship. They wanted the world to believe that the missile was meant for an Israeli ship but hit a British one by accident. It's a pathetic attempt to gaslight the world, to hide the fact that an Israeli warship just got smoked, and to drag a NATO power into the mess to muddy the waters. Before we tear up...
Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Shemil, Shabbat Shemil Kakadash, double honors to the elder apostles and other bishops of great millstone, even the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful like tabernacle of David. The elder Yoshua back with the World War III Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you all. So we're going to pick up right here, Open-Minded Thinker Show. And as you can see, Hezbollah is over there, or the Dragons of Arabia, are coming back together, and they're about to whoop ass. So turn this back up. Let's go back in.
We are a community that refuses to be silenced. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We don't take a dime from corporate sponsors or war criminals. We rely on you. Now, let's get back to the carnage and the cover-up. Let's focus on the ship itself, because the details here are crucial to understanding why the occupation is panicking. While they refuse to confirm the name of the vessel, intelligence and maritime tracking suggest the target was likely a Sa'ar 5-class corvette, or perhaps a newer Sa'ar 6. These are the crown jewels of the occupation's navy. The Sa'ar 5 in particular was designed specifically for the rough waters of the Mediterranean. It's a heavily armed missile boat, equipped with the Barak 8 air defense system designed to intercept incoming missiles and aircraft. On paper, it's a fortress. It has stealth features to evade radar, advanced electronic warfare suites to jam incoming threats, and a reinforced steel alloy hull. The ship is meant to project power to secure the occupation's illegal gas platforms in the sea and to enforce the naval blockade on Lebanon. But here is the reality check for the 2026 battlefield. All that expensive, high-tech armor and those air defense jobs didn't mean a damn thing when faced with the willpower and precision of the Lebanese resistance. This ship was sitting 68 nautical miles out, likely believing it was safe, preparing its cruise missiles to level more apartment blocks in Beirut. Instead, it was the one that got sent back to port with its tail between its legs. Now, let's talk about the weapon that did the damage, because this is where the genius of the resistance becomes terrifying for the enemy. While some sources are calling it a naval cruise missile, we have to look at the evolution of their arsenal. This isn't 2006 anymore. Back then, they used a C-802 missile. Today, they have access to advanced, homegrown precision strike capabilities supplied by Iran's military.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it right there. So they're taking down Israel way off the coast, which they haven't been able to do before. All right, so there's that, and then we'll go back to Open-Minded Thinker, more recent one, because they are coming out with some compelling information instead of these lies, you know. Let's see what Kim is doing. It's Open-Minded Thinker number 2. Let me get, what else can you say? Except for, Salakia. Let the weak say I'm strong. That's all you can say right now. Joel. 3 and 10. Joel 3 and 10. Beat your plowshares and the swords and your pruning hooks and the spears. Let the weak say I am strong. What they're saying is in 06 they had rakes and hoes. But what they did was they put them all together and came up with something better. Better weapons, if you will. That's what's being said right here.
Every office has a naysayer.
I went away from it, didn't I? I went to Kim Jong-il. So anyway, here's Kim helping them furbish their weapons.
Chessboard has just experienced what can only be described as a seismic and terrifying shift. One that has left Donald Trump's war cabinet scrambling and the Pentagon trapped in a strategic quagmire they never saw coming. For weeks, the world has watched the horrifying spectacle of the U.S.-Israeli war machine trying to batter the Islamic Republic of Iran into submission, believing that superior technology and overwhelming firepower would pave the way to victory in the skies over Tehran and the strategic waters of the Persian Gulf. But behind the smoke and the headlines, a far more dangerous game was being played.
According to leading security expert Bruce Bechtold, Iran's deadly missile arsenal has deep roots in its long-standing partnership with North Korea.
So it says North Korea fuels Iran's ballistic missile. What? Ballistic missile, whatever the situation. Ballistic missiles. What is that?
Guess.
Let's beat your plowshares into swords. And your pruning hooks in. What are we talking about here? Missiles. Swords. Okay? Fiery flying serpents. Again, beat your plowshares into swords, pruning hooks into spears. These are missiles. Okay? Make better weapons. Get your extra metal, right? Melt your metal down. Okay? Refurbish your, get better weapons. Now you're stronger. Okay? This is what's going on. They partnered with North Korea and Kim.
Guess who has stepped in to support Iran? It's Kim Jong-un. According to local reports, the North Korean dictator has said that if Iran were to request military assistance, his country...
Assistance in what? Making better swords. Better spears. Right? Now they're stronger. Let the weak say I'm strong. Look at Kim. Kim is bringing in ICBMs. Okay? For what? For nukes, baby.
be prepared to provide missiles against Israel.
Intelligence agencies in South Korea and military analysts across the globe are now sounding the alarm.
Alarm for what? Okay. Now I'm going to show you what this is talking about. I'm going to go ahead and close, but what is Trump talking about? Get ready for hell, right? I'm going to drop a nuke. That's what that message was. The Easter message was, If you niggas don't do what I'm saying by this time, I'm gonna drop a nuke. What did Kim do?
North Korea has secretly entered the war. It is no longer just about the decades-old pipeline of missile components or shared technical know-how.
Or refurbishing old swords. What is it now?
According to a flurry of reports from South Korea's National Intelligence Service, and corroborated by whispers from Western intelligence,
This is big news right here. Okay, listen close.
Pyongyang has used a covert network of oil tankers masquerading as commercial vessels to ship not just standard ballistic missiles, but a stockpile of genuine intercontinental ballistic missiles.
ICBMs that can reach Babylon. That's what we're talking about here. Why would they be sending ICBMs to Iran? Because Iran has nukes. How many did they send? They sent 500
ICBMs to Iran, including the fearsome Hwasong 18 solid fuel ICBMs. Rumors are now circulating that these deliveries, estimated by some analysts to be as many as 500 missiles, are the real, hidden reason why Tehran has so brazenly refused Trump's ultimatum to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Iran knows something the White House tried to hide, and that secret nuclear-armed North Korean technicians and military advisors have also landed in Tehran, tasked with advising their Iranian counterparts on how to respond with nuclear-tipped warheads if Israel dares to cross the nuclear threshold.
Did you hear that? They're ready in case anybody drops a nuke. If Israel drops a nuke, if the U.S. drops a nuke on Iran, they're going to respond with nukes. Okay? Iran is using North Korean weapons against Israel. All right? We're talking about nuclear weapons here. Okay? So, what Trump was threatening to use a nuke on Tuesday. Now, they're being let know. You drop a nuke, we drop a nuke. Tit for tat, remember?
Iranian counterparts on how to respond with nuclear-tipped warheads if Israel dares to cross the nuclear threshold. The war in Iran is no longer a regional conflict. It is a global axis of resistance counteroffensive, and Kim Jong-un is now the wild card holding the detonator. The implications are nothing short of apocalyptic. What we are witnessing is not just an alliance of convenience, but the emergence of a hardened, battle-tested military bloc.
I'm gonna end it right there. So, I mean, it's just more of the same. Okay? With every day, we get closer to World War III as the allies of Iran begin to bring in the weapons. We still got China and Russia bringing them. Here's Kim. Kim got long-range missiles, intercontinentals. So add that up. Let's get that when they begin to be into the ends of the world. That is Second Ezra's 16. When they begin to be launched into the ends of the world, let's see, into Salah. Bear with me while I look this up. Into the ends of the world. KJ. Shot. Shelby. So I could bear with. I'm getting fought over here. And they shall be shot. $16 and $13. I knew it was there. So this is talking about ICBMs, not just regular, short-range missiles. Second Ezra 16 and 13, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. Yahushua is his right hand, bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. That's ICBMs. Okay. Differentiate.
Observers are now openly speculating that Kim Jong-un is using Iran's desperate fight against the US and Israel as a live fire testing ground for his most lethal toys. This is a nightmare scenario for the Pentagon. The same adversary that threatens to turn Seoul into a sea of fire is now offering up its latest intercontinental ballistic missiles, hypersonic glide vehicles, and even advanced drone technology to be field tested against the very same F-35s, B-52 bombers, and naval battle groups that could one day be used against Pyongyang.
That's all we need. Let's get Revolution 11 and 8. Select it 14 and we'll close. All this is adding up to what? You see Kim coming in. Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. With that, we pray that the elect ratified you, brothers and sisters. Shalom.